You know, every single fall, millions of us carve up pumpkins. And what do we do with the insides? We toss them. But what if I told you we're throwing away the best part? Today, we're going to dive right into that slimy pumpkin goo to uncover a seriously hidden treasure, the pumpkin seed. So, what is this mystery superfood we're talking about? The one that gets scooped out and tossed in the trash year after year? Well, it's not the pumpkin itself. Nope. It's those humble little seeds packed right inside. For most of us, they're just, a messy part of carving a jack-o'-lantern. But trust me, they are so much more than that. And the history here is actually pretty wild. I mean, we're talking thousands of years ago, these seeds were a staple food for the Aztecs and other indigenous peoples in Central America. They were valued for nutrition, for medicine. They were a big deal. But let's fast forward to today. The pumpkin is this huge cultural icon, right? But the seeds, they've been totally forgotten, mostly just ending up in the compost pile. Okay, but what if I told you that those little seeds are one of the most nutrient-packed foods on the planet? Seriously, it is time to stop throwing them away. So let's crack one open, metaphorically speaking, and see what's really inside this tiny powerhouse. Whoa, just take a second to look at these numbers. We're talking about a serious nutritional punch here. And forget just the calories for a minute. Look at the protein, the magnesium, the iron, the zinc. These aren't just good numbers, people. In some cases, they are literally off the charts. All right, let's start with protein, because this is a big one. Over 36 grams per 100 grams. To put that in perspective, that's more than almonds, more than peanuts, more than sunflower seeds. I mean, it beats pretty much every common nut and seed out there. That is a huge deal, especially if you're on the hunt for great plant-based protein sources. So, okay, that protein content is amazing, for sure. But beyond that, there are at least 7 solid, science-backed reasons why these seeds really deserve a spot in your pantry. So let's get into it. Let's talk about what they can actually do for you and your health. So, reason number 1, they are the plant-based protein king. We just saw the number, right? They're the undisputed champ among nuts and seeds. And it's not just any protein, it's packed with essential amino acids. The fundamental building blocks your body needs for muscle, for your immune system, the whole shebang. So this isn't just for bodybuilders, this is for everyone's. Okay, reason number 2 is one you might not see coming. They're like a natural mood and sleep booster. See, pumpkin seeds are loaded with this amino acid called tryptophan, and your brain takes that tryptophan and turns it into serotonin, that's the feel-good chemical, and melatonin, which, as you probably know, helps you sleep. So, yeah, think of it as the raw material for a better mood and a good night's rest. You know that old story about how Thanksgiving turkey makes you super sleepy, right? Well, get this. Pumpkin seeds have way more of that sleepy time amino acid, tryptophan, than turkey does. Seriously. So maybe next time you need to unwind, you should skip the turkey and just grab a handful of these seeds instead. All right, on to reason number 3. They are packed with calming magnesium. Now, magnesium is a true workhorse mineral. It's involved in, hundreds of different things in your body, from helping your nerves and muscles work right, to calming down your nervous system and helping you manage stress. It's kind of a big deal. And check this out. Just one serving, we're talking 100 grams here, gives you over 150% of the magnesium you need for the entire day. That's everything you need plus extra, all in one small portion. It's easily one of the best natural sources of magnesium you can possibly find. Reason number 4 is all about the healthy fats. Now look, they're not a huge source of omega-3s, let's be clear, but they are rich in those other good fats, the mono and polyunsaturated ones, and those are fantastic for supporting your heart health and just keeping your body running smoothly. Now, if you're on a plant-based diet, getting enough iron can sometimes be a challenge. Well, that brings us to reason number 5. Pumpkin seeds are an excellent plant-based source of iron. And you need iron, right? It's what helps carry oxygen in your blood and keeps your energy levels up. And when you actually stack them up against other nuts, the numbers are pretty darn impressive. Pumpkin seeds have more iron than cashews, and more than double the iron you'd find in almonds. So it's a really simple and effective way to get that iron boost. Okay, let's move on to our 6th big benefit, zinc. This stuff is absolutely crucial for a healthy immune system, for helping you heal, and for keeping your skin healthy. And guess what? Pumpkin seeds are one of the richest plant-based sources of zinc you can get, which makes them a real game changer, especially for vegans and vegetarians. But there's a little bit of a catch. Let's call it the zinc dilemma. While the seeds are full of zinc, they also have something called phytic acid, which can kind of get in the way and make it harder for your body to absorb all that good stuff. But don't worry, there's a super easy fix for this. In fact, here are 3 really simple tricks to solve it. First, you can soak the seeds in water overnight before you roast them. That helps reduce the phytic acid. Second, just eat them with foods that are high in vitamin C, like bell peppers or citrus. And third, even just tossing them on a salad or with some veggies helps. See? Super easy. And that brings us to our 7th and final reason, which involves 2 really powerful compounds, phytosterols and antioxidants. Now, you can think of these guys as your body's microscopic defenders, working behind the scenes to keep you healthy in the long run. So what on earth are phytosterols? Well, simply put, they're plant compounds that look a lot like cholesterol to your body. And because of that, they can actually help block the bad cholesterol from being absorbed in your gut. Pretty cool, right? And the antioxidants? Well, they do what antioxidants do best, protect your cells from damage. Okay, so we've just gone through 7 incredible health benefits. We know why we should be eating these things. So now let's get practical. How do you actually get these little powerhouses from the kitchen counter onto your plate and into your daily routine? Now, the key here is moderation, because remember, they are pretty calorie dense. A good daily portion is about 20 to 30 grams. What does that look like? It's basically just 1 handful, and that's all it takes to get a really significant dose of all those amazing nutrients we just covered. And honestly, the best part is how incredibly versatile they are. I mean, you can roast them for a simple snack, you can blend them into your smoothies, bake them into bread or muffins, sprinkle them over salads and soups, mix them into your morning granola, you can add them to energy bars, trail mix, you can even make pumpkin seed butter. The possibilities are pretty much endless. And look, if you happen to be carving a pumpkin this year, here is a dead simple recipe for you. Just take the seeds, clean them and dry them, toss them with a little bit of oil and salt, and spread them out on a baking sheet. Then just roast them at a nice low temperature until they're golden and crispy. Seriously, it is that easy to turn what we call pumpkin guts into an amazing, delicious, and healthy snack. So, the next time you see a pumpkin, I want you to remember the treasure that's hiding inside. It's such a tiny food, but it packs this massive nutritional punch. So the only question left to ask is, what could adding just 1 handful of these overlooked super seeds do for you? Thanks for joining me.